Well, okay, hello. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait a minute. Come here. Hey, little boy.
He's a baby. Diggity baby. Okay, so basically, I'm just here to tell you something, okay? After completing my How to Be Friends with whatever group video series, I've realized that part of the major problem is that I don't go outside. Okay, given the fears that I have about making friends on the internet, and I don't want to be Selena Idos Dinod, okay, Yolanda. Probably not gonna be able to make too many friends on the internet if I actually like get popular, you know? So I guess those of you who are watching right now are the closest that I'm going to be able to have like towards friends, right? Because I've found that the people who connect with a creator early on in their time are people who genuinely just like them to like them. Like, hey, there's something about you that I'm going to click your video, even though you might only have like 4 views. But after, I don't know, a couple thousand people, 100,000, there's no way I'm going to trust anybody in my comments. Like, I'll be your friend. Like, yeah, right. You know, I guess I wanted to end this video by saying that once I did the videos on making friends with whatever group, I realized that I've got a lot of wounds. I didn't realize that like the things that have happened in the last 10 years when it came to friendship in my life, they weren't even really that big of a deal to me. There were things that I kind of brushed off, but I did not realize that they were triggering me from my youth or from just very specific issues. When it came down to how do I be friends with Christians, like how do I not end up becoming aligned with people who are actually really hateful when I'm supposed to be doing something positive and it's supposed to be about love? Like when I talk about how to be friends with white people, the truth is, I've seen some things. I've also seen some positive stuff. I know that it's really hard for white people to just be like white people now because seems like all those years that your ancestors didn't want to be held accountable, now it's falling on you right now. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, of course you're going to be a little bit upset. Even being friends with black people is like, y'all acting like I asked to have the colonizer inside me. That's you get it. I don't know what to do about this, and I have always identified as black. I know black, not me. Like I'm black as hell. What are you talking about? I didn't realize how hurt I was, which this is ridiculous because this is absolutely one of my things. One of my triggers is being misunderstood. Oh no, please don't let me be misunderstood. You know, and so it's like having gay people tell me like, you're straight, I don't want to work with you. I didn't realize that as much as I told myself like I get it. Oh, you know, I told justify, I didn't get it. Like deep down in my soul, in my heart, it's like, but I'm nice. I'm nice to you. You know, no. And so I think that it was actually really important for me to talk through this. And this is kind of the point of this last video. I wasn't going to make this extra video. There's no point. Like I went through how do I make friends with all the people. I hope that you'll go watch them and hear like the kind of the pain in my voice and maybe share your opinions, you know, any tips you have. Here's how you make friends with this group. Not having anyone to talk to about this stuff actually has probably been the worst part of it. When I talked through the points that I had thought of for each of these different groups, I know there's other groups, all right? I actually had to look up like what are all the different identities, and they were like, well, there's racial and ethnic identities, there's age, young versus old, which I was the type of person even back when we had just started talking really about millennials and Gen X and Gen Z and all that. I was the type of person that recognized quickly, well, every generation says the same thing about the next and the last. Like it's the same kind of thing, and I think it's really an issue of us not communicating properly, us not preparing our kids for things because our parents didn't prepare us for stuff. We don't know how to help people adjust. We don't know how to adjust. There's all these different problems in society that make us somehow look at people older or younger than us and blame them for stuff. And so I just never really subscribed to that notion either. And then there's gender, religion, political affiliation, and regional identity. And it's just kind of like, I hate that when I say bruh, people are like, oh, you're Florida. And it's like, but I'm not from Florida. I don't care if you associate it with me, but if now you think everything about me is Florida, then I think that being a person who's very multifaceted, probably because I'm multiracial, whatever you want to call it, it just makes it really, really hard for me when people try to put me in a box because I'm like, bro, like you're missing 99%. I got a lot of boxes, bro. I'm sorry. I can check a lot of boxes. I'm sorry that bothers you so much and it makes you uncomfortable because your puny brain can't understand what my brain can understand. Yeah, that's right. I got a big old brain, puny. I don't know. I looked up these different things, all these identities, and I talked about all these things is and how hard it is to make friends with all these different groups. And I realized that with every single group, someone hurt me. As much as I want to put myself out there, my assumption is that if I do that, again, someone's going to hurt me. And talking through each of these things and realizing how seriously I take friendship and how unhealthy I can be in terms of like instant loyalty and all the I have a problem. I am too open. I get too comfortable. Don't worry, Black people have always tried to tell me, why you acting like you real comfortable right now. Okay, you talking to me like you know me. Okay, so I already know like that's something I've had a problem with even before. But now it's like looking back at all these friendships that didn't work out and how many of them in the end that I had to end, not because they weren't going to work out, but because they weren't good friendships for me. How much I tolerated and put up with, and now I'm estranged from my entire family. And I had spent a lot of my last years before that happened making my family members my best friends. I am in a bit of a predicament. I'm in a bit of a pickle here, Rick. And so I think that one of the most important things I have come to terms with in doing this series is I have a lot of healing that I need to do. And I think that the only way I'm actually going to be able to do that healing is with the people, with the very same people who hurt me. Maybe not the actual person, right? But I remember when I was a kid, there was a certain race who my dad dated, and I had not had a lot of interactions with that race. The woman was extremely abusive, and I thought that all people of her race were like that, and I was very wary of them. And I did not know that I was being racist. I wasn't being racist, I was being prejudiced. I didn't know that I was doing that. And then I got to know more people, and then I got to be an adult, and they were like, oh, her? Yeah, she was crazy. She's dead now. What? Isn't that crazy? That crazy lady who used to hit me and stuff is dead now. So it was like, that wasn't because of her race. That's because she was crazy and your dad was dumb. And then I was like, oh. And because of her and that situation and how I know that, like, the ironic part is a lot of people thought I was that race. And I think that's where I was extra. I'd be like, I'm not that, because all I could see is they were violent and abusive. What? Having that experience helped me see how other people see people that way. And how I was 11, by the way. I was 11. And I was like maybe 12 or 13 by the time I realized that's probably not the way to act. And then in my adult years, I found out this lady's dead and she was just crazy. But still, like, I can see where certain interactions with certain people can make you think a certain thing. But it is up to us to change our mind on that. And I think a part of it is probably the process of talking through it. And that's what a lot of us don't get. If I had someone bully me when I was growing up and it was a certain race or ethnicity and I held hate in my heart for them, I'm probably not going to run around talking about what they did. I might talk bad about them if I'm like, acting up, but I'm probably not going to talk about what happened to me. But if I did, maybe someone might say, that they're not all like that, right? Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think that if you struggle to make friends or to connect with people outside of your typical, I think it's going to be really important just to ask yourself, is there maybe a reason why? Did something happen? Is there some hate I hold in my heart? And I think this is really an important message that's not just for the majority group that we would say, hey, you're being racist. I think that all of us should check that. But I think that if we're going to make friends in this new day and age, we're also going to really have to ask ourselves, like, am I being real right now? Like, am I being real about why I'm afraid to go out and do this or that? Am I being real with myself about why I don't have friends? I haven't been honest. I haven't been putting myself out there. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. I know about things like meetup.com and whatever. I could be trying to do more if I really wanted to make friends. I've just put myself in a position of isolation. I've put myself in the middle of nowhere with no car. It is what it is. So to say like, oh, I'm having trouble making friends isn't true. I'm not even trying. But I guess maybe this is my first step, is asking where they be at. Where the cool people be at? What if you cool, where you go? And what do you do with your friends? To anyone that I offended with my stories or my questions, can you just get over yourself? Because this is my channel and but that's kind of, part of me does feel that way. Like, bruh, you see what I'm saying? This is why I ain't got no friends, because everybody's gonna nitpick and pick apart everything I'm saying. And I'm coming saying like, dang, I just want a chance to be myself. I think that I want friendships more to give than to receive. I'm missing that part of my soul and myself and just like sharing with the world, I hope I didn't hurt you or offend you. I hope that I made you think. And I hope that if there's anybody out there that you've been like, dang, why is this person like this? Maybe this can give you some insight, because I really do want to make friends. I really really do want to have fun and go do things and experience the world and experience life. And yet I don't know what happened, but after 2020, after not leaving the house for 2-3 years, I think I gave up on that. And I'm realizing now that I'm not okay. And now I have to try to start from scratch. It's one thing when you have a friend that's like, oh, hey, come over here and I'll introduce you to some people. It's another thing if you don't have that at all, or if the friend that you do have is from like the past that wasn't really a sustainable situation where you were kind of letting people take advantage of you, and then that friend goes and takes you to something that you would never want to meet people there anyways. And I'm just at a point in my life now where I don't know where to start, and I don't want to let my past and my pain and my fears and my questions and my inability to process things in my head, because there's so much other stuff going on, be the reason why I die alone. I have nobody. That's not cool. I haven't had human touch and God knows how long. That's not cool. I know the value of that kind of stuff in a person's life. This is not okay anymore. I guess this is my way of saying, if you didn't watch it already, go check out my videos on how do I make friends in the new day and age when I don't live my life based on society's norms and mores. And if there's any other advice you want to give me about how to go make friends in a world where it would be really hard and expensive for me to do that, just because like even renting a car to get from where I'm at to somewhere else, like it's a lot. But I don't want to be hopeless and I don't want to be negative about everything. I want to experience those moments of, yeah, I did it. Even if I don't make a new friend, I talked to humans today outside of my home. I want that. So I would really appreciate any advice that you could give me. Just so you know, this is a part of my 30 videos series, as well as the How to Make Friends series, because I was afraid to put my face on the internet. I've been on the internet. I have been on YouTube for 7 years, where you could basically only see props. You couldn't see me. Then I started this channel and I was like, okay, maybe I could find a way to never show my face. I'll just put a bunch of clips. And so I'll record a voiceover and then I'll add all these clips. And I was having to add clips like every 4 seconds, because that's probably what keeps people's attention span. Because when I didn't, people were like, I can't finish this video. It's the same thing on the screen. So I was like, oh my gosh, that was taking me a week to do a video that if I had just showed my face, maybe would have taken me 10 minutes or even an hour or two. You know, if you're watching this and you're like, what is going on here? What is this? Just know I'm going to get back to my good mic. This is not it. And I'm going to get back to my good, what do you call it? Like topics? Make good stuff. Good stuff's coming, friend. So for now, I'm just trying to be my most genuine self and be honest with how I'm feeling about things and where my life is at. So I really appreciate the fact that if you're connecting with this version of me, which is probably the least, what would you consider that? What would you consider that? Curated? I'm not even allowed to wear makeup in these videos. I snuck these earrings in, guys. I snuck them in. I wasn't supposed to do this either, but I just posed naked. So if you vibe with me here, then you probably will vibe with me forever. Maybe you'll be my friend. But until next time, please hit subscribe, like this video, but maybe no, you should like it. Like the video, and leave a comment down below about let's just be real, a trigger that you had that you didn't maybe know that you had, and then you realize that you had it, and now you make more friends because of it. You just be on topic, guys. Talk about what I'm talking about in the comments. So it's not that hard. It's actually very hard. I have ADHD, and I have so many other things that I would talk about in the comments. So let me not lie to you, friend. Okay, friend. I'm gonna see you later. Okay, all right, bye. Oh my God. Okay. Can you still see me? Oh my God. Okay, what if I? No? Can you see me now? Oh, hell. Okay, alright. Millennial pause. Well, okay, hello. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait a minute. Come here. Hey, little boy. Come here. The people can see you. Come here.
He's a baby. Look at this baby. Be careful. You can't sit there. Go. Back up.